This video is on adding and subtracting with integers. What seemed to give the most trouble was the subtraction of integers. But I'm going to go over first the rules for both, and then I'm going to focus on the subtraction. So I just have right here in front of you the rules. So I'm just going to read those. When adding with two negative numbers, add them and keep the negative sign. So that's pretty simple. And obviously, if you're adding two numbers that are both positive numbers, you're going to add them and the answer will be a positive. When adding a positive and a negative, find the difference between the two numbers and take the sign of the larger number. Okay, so on the next page, let's go ahead and do a couple of those types of problems. So, and let's say if I have a -5 and I'm adding a -3, I'm going to get a -8. If I have a +5 plus a +3, I'm obviously going to get a +8. But let's say that we have two different signs. So if I have a -7 and I'm going to add a +12. So thinking again about those rules, we're going to find the difference between these two numbers, and the difference between them is 5. And since 12 is the bigger number and its sign is positive, the answer is going to be a +5. Okay, so draw a line under there. Now I'm going to switch back to that screen and have you take a look at the rules for subtracting with integers. So when subtracting, the first thing we're going to do, if you look at rule number 1 right here, is you're going to change the subtraction sign to an addition sign. Secondly, you're going to change the second number sign, meaning if it's positive or negative, to its opposite sign. Once you've done that, then you're going to follow the exact same rules for addition that we just talked about right up here. So let's try a couple of those problems. So let's say that I have, let's switch colors, change it to red. And let's say I have, for example, a -3 minus, let's say, 4. All right, so I'm going to rewrite this problem to demonstrate and show you clearly what I'm doing and what signs I'm changing. So I'm going to rewrite the problem, -3 minus a 4. I'm going to come up here, I'm going to change the pen color so you can see what I'm doing. Change that to a blue. So that first rule was change the subtraction sign to an addition sign. And now I'm also going to change this number sign to its opposite sign. But since you don't see a sign, we know that it's a +4. So we're going to change that and make it a -4. So now our problem changes. It is -3 plus a -4. And now we think about what those rules are. If the signs are the same, in which they are now, I'm going to add them and keep the same sign. So that's going to be a -7. I'm going to stop right there for a second.